Did you see the Democrats here in Lubbock? I know I'm just going all over the place, folks. Did you see the Democrats are in disarray here in Lubbock? You didn't even know the party was big enough to be in disarray here in Lubbock, but they are. The Lubbock County Democratic chair is resigning, citing rebellious, arcane individuals. Yeah, this is great.
Arcane.
Yeah. See if Steve Evans is listening. Steve needs to give us a call so he can comment on this. Marjorie Reynolds has announced, and I met Marjorie. Very, very sweet older lady. She really was. She was a sweet older lady. And she's had to deal apparently with some arcane individuals in the Lubbock County Democratic Party. Marjorie Reynolds announced her resignation as Lubbock County Democratic Chair. With regrets, I inform you of my impending resignation, she wrote on November 23rd to the chair of the Texas Democratic Party. Reynolds indicated that some local members of the party treated her badly. I love this quote. This is a great quote from Marjorie Reynolds, who I may want to get on this show to talk about the local Democrats if she wants to, because you would think that she's going to be nice going out. Here's her letter to the Texas Democratic Chair. Well, all of the precinct chairs are not rebellious, arcane, vindictive, self-centered, possessive, short-sighted, spoiled, and idiotic. The many who are will undoubtedly drive away the ones who are not. Look at that. Oh, she's going out with a blaze of glory. She's had enough, and she was just elected. She hasn't even been the chairwoman for, even a year? I mean, it's man. And she's talking about the Lubbock County Democrats, and there's not that many of them. Well, and there's not that many precinct chairs. Well, all the precinct chairs are not rebellious, arcane, vindictive, self-centered, possessive, short-sighted, spoiled, and idiotic. The many who are will undoubtedly drive away the ones who are not. 70 of the precincts were without a chair, Reynolds said, concerning the status of the party. Oh, good. Bring in Lubbock County Republican Chairman Steve Evans. Steve, what's going on with the Democrats here in Lubbock?
I don't know. They're in disarray. She figured out sometimes it's hard to be the chair of a party, and sometimes you can't get people to work, and it can be difficult. But she's been the chair for a few months and she's quit. That didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah, I mean, and I met her. She was very nice to me. Seemed like a nice lady, and I guess she has in her words, has a bunch of rebellious, arcane, vindictive, self-centered, possessive, short-sighted, spoiled, and idiotic precinct chairs.
She can use the adjectives. I don't know. I don't get it. They campaigned. I think there was like 70 votes separating her and Charlie Dunn, and Charlie wanted the job. Probably would have. Yeah, I don't know him that well. I don't know if he would have worked at it or not. But you have to go out and cultivate precinct chairs and with good people, and fill those seats and build a team and a coalition around you. That is the job. Maybe she didn't know what she was getting into.
And is it something? And I know we're both kind of just speculating here. Do you think that this is something that's been building for her, or do you think that because the loss of Hillary has thrown Democrats nationwide into a tizzy, do you think that's what maybe the final straw was?
Well, it probably is. I mean, there was probably a lot of chaos in that party right after they lost. They really thought they were going to win. They really believed they were going to win. And I'm sure that threw it into a tailspin, but that's really when it's your time to shine, is when your party is in a tailspin. That's when you put it back together and go to work.
Yeah.
To just jump ahead of a party that's and there's nothing to do, that's boring. That's more of a reason to quit than anything, because it's boring. But she had a lot of work ahead of her and really could have made some strides and organized. She was a very nice lady. I sat across from her in 2 or 3 meetings, and I believe she's in the insurance business. There was nothing about her that I thought was crazy, but her letter sure seemed a little strange to me.
Yeah, she obviously wasn't happy with some of the precinct chairs. You had when you took over as chairman, not everybody was on the same page within the Lubbock County Republican Party. You had people who were all about Donald Trump. You had some people who despised Donald Trump, and you may still have that within the local Republican Party. How, as chairman, how do you get everybody at least on the same page to unite and get out there and work as a team?
Well, what you do, Chad, is you remind people that it is not about the presidency. It's solely. Nobody can tax you faster than your local government, and we still have partisan races. We've got county commissioner seats. We've got judge seats. We have other races out there that are extremely important to our local party, and that's how you get everybody back together. You get them focused on retaining those seats or going after new ones and finding good candidates. At the end of the day, we put a lot of emphasis on the presidential race, but it doesn't impact us that greatly right here at home. Our local races do. So that's how you bring people back together. But I will say, with Donald Trump and with this insane presidential race, I've got a whole lot of new people coming into the party that we've never met before.
Really?
So for the very few that went away mad or just went away, we've got 3 or 4 more coming in. And we're starting to see this party looks different. There's a different group of people. So it's actually kind of fun right now. It's exciting to see what's going to happen. And when we go into the midterms, what kind of party are we going to have?
So while the Democrats here locally and nationally are in disarray, how does the local party look?
Well, I mean, our local party looks great.
That's what
the Democrats. The Democrats. I don't know. I like I say, I could count on one hand the people that I know that are really upset. We had a contentious primary. We went into the RNC with some people wanting to dump Trump, and at the end of the day, those are few and far between. For the most part, everybody got behind the nominee, rallied for him, and our watch party was a huge success. So, if that said anything, that we're still united.
Real quick before we have to go to the break, and I don't know if the Democrats and the Republicans use the same rules as far as if the chair resigns, chairperson resigns, what happens?
What happens is the secretary will call the executive committee to order, and they'll make a nomination from the floor to replace the chair. The secretary is a position elected by the executive committee, and I believe that's defined in election code. It's not just bylaws, but the secretary has enough power that they can call the executive committee to order and then they can nominate and replace that chair. And I look for that to happen. I think there's actually a prescribed amount of time they have to do it, but I don't recall what that is.
Well, Charlie Dunn might become local chair after all.
It is pretty likely.
All right. Hey, Steve Evans, Lubbock County Republican Chairman. Appreciate it, and you and I will talk later.
Hey, take care, Jeff.
All right, see you. Steve Evans calling in, talking about the local Democrats being in a, I guess you could call it a state of disarray. 770-5790, toll free, 1-800-687-0790. Not happy with all those Democratic precinct chairs, especially the idiotic ones. And those are her words, not even mine.